Here with Adam Van Cleave to preview the 2025 Concordia football season as we record this, getting close to kickoff of the first official game. Starting with a little bit on your background, graduated from Columbus Lakeview, and I believe you went to Nebraska as a student, right? Initially out of high school. What kind of changed for you and led you to come play football at Concordia?
Yeah, a lot of life choices that I not really regretted, but realized that I wanted to go back on. Graduated high school and just wanted to get my degree at first, but kind of wanted more still. And when I came here and visited between my freshman and sophomore year, Dabrico was very honest about where I'd be on the field and what this could mean for me other than just a football player. It could for the community and being a part of the team and the brotherhood, and I missed that when I went to Lincoln my first year, and I wanted more of it, so ended up coming out here my sophomore year, and I haven't regretted anything since then.
So fall of 2023, you got here. What were maybe some things you experienced that made you feel like this was the right decision for you?
Yeah, it was mostly the community. I mean, in Lincoln, you don't know many of your professors, and being able to walk in to any coach or any professor's office and being able to have a one-on-one conversation with them, just to know that you're known by them by name and not just another number, especially on a team with 100-something guys. I think every coach can have a personal conversation, and that was what stood out to me at first, especially when I'm just basically a freshman coming in, even though I was a sophomore. So that's what initially jumped out to me.
Well, that 2023 season, you got off to a good start and then dealt with injury. Which that happens in football. How did you kind of stay positive through that and make sure you're ready for the next year?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was kind of out of my hands with the injury, and the biggest thing that kept me going is when I was going into surgery, I got the call from Dabrico saying, like, we're praying for you as a team and we have your back. And I think that was kind of the thing that built upon what I already liked when I got here, is that when I go through tough times or when my teammates go through tough times, we're there leaning on each other, backing each other up. And I think that was the biggest thing I realized as I was sidelined for the rest of the year, is that there was guys with me along the way helping me back up.
Mm-hmm. Last year, of course, you were able to stay healthy, be an all-conference player. What kind of joy did you get out of that? Just having that success and contributing to a really good team as well.
Yeah, I mean, the individual awards are great, but what I loved is just being with my friends, being with the teammates, and winning those games as we did. Obviously, it got cut short from where we wanted, but being a part with a team like that is just reminds you what's fun about football, and it's not really about the awards. It was just going to practice every day and interacting with the guys that you're going to know the rest of your life and be friends with the rest of your life. That was what I really cherished from that year last year.
Mm-hmm. You've been in the same receiver group the last couple years as Austin Jablonski. What did you maybe take away from seeing how he went about things and what he did?
Yeah, I mean, any and every leadership quality and work ethic I could pull from Austin. It was very easy to come to work or get to work and have to work hard, because that's what he did and that was the standard that he set. And so kind of that switching to me now as the eldest receiver now, that's it's a big burden, but I still have his number, and we talk about the struggles and the responsibilities of being that later, and I can't thank him enough for what he's shown and done for this program, let alone the receiver group as well.
Last couple years too, the offense as a whole has really soared to new heights for this program. How do you explain that transformation that's taken place?
I think the last couple of years we've just been really getting experience. I think we've changed a lot in our offense, making it more spread out, more distributing the ball, not just like a run-heavy team, and that takes time to do that. And I think last year was the turning point of where we really understood what our jobs were and being able to excel in our roles, whether it be the O-line, not giving up a sack for most of the year, the receivers doing well, and then Mark Hart being who he was as a running back. I think just kind of all the pieces finally coming together and all of our hard work kind of paying off with that together is why you saw the offense do what they did last year.
Mm-hmm. I know at receiver there's going to be some other guys in bigger roles this year. How do you assess maybe what you've seen from your collective teammates at receiver this preseason?
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of guys in the past couple of years that have been putting in the work, and they might not have had the reps they wanted during the games, but they've been silently grinding away. I think Max Bartles is going to have a really good year this year. He's been kind of a backbone for the team as a leader for this fall camp, and we have some new guys. I know Ian Medic hasn't played football the past couple of years, and I think he's excited to get back into the swing of things. And then we got freshmen from past years or from last year that are now sophomores, kind of getting their feet under them and realizing what it means to be a Bulldog other than just a freshman last year. So
I have to ask about quarterback as well. Of course, DJ McGarvey was a 4-year starter, so it'll be, I guess for Bulldog fans, it'll take some getting used to see a different player out there. It looks like it's Gideon Stark's turn. What have you noticed about him and how he's prepared himself for this time?
Yeah, I think Gideon kind of is on the same lines as Max. He's been putting in his time over the years, and I think he's in place for a really good year this year. I think as a leader, he's in a spot where he can kind of command the offense, and he backs that up with his play. And I think throughout the season, they're going to realize that this guy's going to be a legit quarterback for us this year.
Of course, we kind of mentioned it last year being a big breakthrough, 8-2 record. I know everybody would love to make it to the playoffs, but how do you build on what was accomplished last year and try to maybe take it even a step farther?
I think just looking at it as this is a clean slate, they're not going to give us any wins for what we did last year, so starting over from this is we have to build our way back to that top and back to the playoffs if we want to make it there, and just knowing that the work has just begun, especially since the season hasn't started yet, and just taking that mindset and staying hungry, not taking anything for granted, and I think that's the best way to approach a season regardless of if it was successful or not last year. So,
from a non-football perspective, you were nominated for All-State AFCA Good Works team. Why is it important to you to be able to serve the community and spread the gospel like you have?
Yeah, that was a huge honor, and most of it is just kind of the values that I have and our team has. We always talk about, we want to be good football players, and that's what the coaches do, but they also, first and foremost, build us up to be good men of Christ. And being able to do that and get the recognition off the field was a great honor, and that's kind of what we strive to do here, because eventually football will eventually leave us as athletes as we get older, and doing that service is something that needs to stay with us for the rest of our lives. So.
You're a senior academically. Do you know what things look like for you beyond this year?
Yeah, I've talked about it, and I know Coach is here right now, but I know I'll graduate in December academically, but I've had the talks of getting my master's and staying here for my 5th year, and I hope to do that. I don't know what the plans are yet, but it's definitely on the table, and I'd love to have a good season this year and build on it to next year if I choose to come back. So.
Okay. What kind of masters would interest you, and how does that fit maybe what your hopes and dreams are beyond college?
I'll probably just get my MBA. I'm getting my bachelor's in accounting and finance right now, and that's kind of the natural progression there. And then flirting with the CPA exam if I want to go private or public accounting fully, but that's another topic for discussion there. So.
All right, I've got some quick questions.
Okay.
So I'm sure you spent the year at Nebraska, so you know Lincoln. Do you have a favorite Lincoln restaurant or go-to place to eat?
Favorite Lincoln.
Maybe not.
I was always a Laszlo's fan.
Okay.
The problem is you get a lot of busy times in the Haymarket, so whether it was open or not on like a busy night was always the worry, but that was always my go-to just because I was always on campus, so that was close to the Haymarket.
On game days, do you have a sort of a pregame ritual or superstition you have to do?
I don't. I'm someone that, I played baseball growing up, and that's the biggest superstition sport ever, and I kind of stayed away from it because the preparation that you take should, matter more than any, lucky socks or something that you can have.
Right.
So,
if you could pick a singer or a band to play in Bulldog Stadium, who would you choose?
like as a concert,
Yeah.
ooh, I'd probably pick like Creed or some kind of rock band.
Okay. That's kind of old school.
I'd do
yeah.
some kind of rock band. I think that'd be
Yeah.
the best. I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, so that is.
I think Creed got
the
back
pops.
together recently.
Did they?
I think they're touring again.
I
I
should have
think.
went. I'll give them a call and they'll come to Bulldog Stadium.
What's something fun you got to do in the summer?
Something fun I got to do in the summer. I got to go down to Houston. That's where we're taking a trip there for my wedding for my bachelor trip.
Okay.
So I got to go down there and go to an Astros game. So that was kind of my summer trip this year. So that was fun.
You could pick one teammate to help you through a zombie apocalypse. Who would it be?
Probably it'd probably have to be Brock, just because he's a Marine. That or Thomas, just because I feel like they're both good survival-wise. I need somebody that can kill a zombie. So
You have a favorite professional sports team?
I mentioned the Astros. I'm kind of a Houston fan now. The Texans, I've always liked them as well. So other than that, always a Cornhusker fan. So.
Mm-hmm. And Dalen Henson's from Houston, and he said he likes the
Bears.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but yeah.
You have a hidden talent.
I could do the worm.
Okay.
That's a hidden talent. I don't know.
And last hobby outside of football.
I'm a big board game / card game guy, which kind of just goes along with my competitiveness. But my family's big into board games, so would be my hobby outside of football.